Hey everyone, this is Russell from Artisan Cutlery, and on the table today I have a model from our 2019 lineup. This is the Arroyo, designed by Mr. Dirk Pinkerton. And this is actually one of the first models we produced where we tried to really slim things down. And as you can see, the Arroyo has a very trim, thin blade. We're looking at 0.10 stock, nice and thin, this very kind of high saber grind. I'd actually say that's more of a flat grind with a swedged tip and this almost Bowie-like point. It's really cool looking. A little bit of jimping on top in Dirk's signature style with that 2 separate rows of jimping with the center of the spine unjimped, which gives you excellent purchase without making it super aggressive. We did a little extra milling on the scales here, and this is where it gets its name, the Arroyo, the gorge, through the center of the scales, along with some very nice CNC milling along the micarta, and some more of that jimping right there. This model comes in several different handle styles, so this is the OD green micarta, obviously. We also do this one in a natural G10, and a gray G10. But mostly, the ergonomics on this are incredibly good in hand. It's so thin, and yet it fits the hand so perfectly because it's got some nice neutral lines, and it just conforms to the hand very well. One would think, looking at this knife, that it wouldn't be super comfortable. No, it's very comfortable. To add to that, this is actually one of the first models we sell the titanium clip separately, but it was made to fit this model. So as you can see, that the line of the clip fits right into the groove in the center of the scale, and it fits very nicely. The standard version of this does come with a steel clip like this, recessed screws, standard steel clip, which again fits very well. Very deep carry in the pocket. But with this version, you can swap out the titanium clip very easily for right or left sided carry. The flipper on this guy is not super prominent, but provides plenty of purchase for a very snappy deployment. And just, can we say that this thing is an absolute slicing monster. With the thinness of the blade, oops, sorry, smudge that up a little bit, with the thinness of the blade and the actual grind on it, this thing absolutely just cuts through everything so smoothly, so cleanly. And with the trailing point, you get a lot of blade surface. So I've had a lot of people come to me saying they like this knife as a backup skinner. If they're out in the outdoors or they're hunting, this is a good option to take with them if they want to have a folding knife where they can do skinning tasks. Or a lot of people I know who work in places where they're cutting a lot of cardboard, a lot of processing, a lot of softer materials. This thing just super slicey. Along with this nice little bit of CNC'd grippy texture right here, which is very nice. So you can see on the micarta, this one's been in my pocket for a little bit, so it's getting a nice little bit of patina growing on there. That nice little bit of just personal love. It looks so good, and with those this very distinctive cutout here, you get this very kind of almost like a jean-like texture where there's lines and grooves and everything's nice and outlined. But that little bit of texture does a lot because you really are able to grip this knife very comfortably, and it just doesn't really go anywhere in the hand. It's a wonderful design, and Dirk is so good at these just simplistic and yet surprisingly complicated shapes and forms. Oh, and of course this one has full steel liners instead of the inset liners you do on several of these models. We wanted to keep it thin, but we also wanted to ensure that it would be strong and durable. So full liners on this one with a bit of milling on the inside. So you can't quite pick it up, it's so thin. There's a bit of milling on the inside to reduce the weight. So this is a very lightweight knife that is very easy to EDC, but you get a lot of blade. Absolutely beautiful. I think this is a very aesthetically pleasing knife. Really great looking lines, really stylistic, and just overall very cool. So that is the Artisan Cutlery Arroyo with a extra tie clip that is available on our website, or if you prefer, comes standard with a steel clip. And that's all for today. Thank you so much. You guys have a good one.